Well, hello, good people. Hi, guys. Man, it's been such a good day, y'all. I just had to come live today. Something happened to me that's just never happened to me before. You live and you learn. And thankfully, it was a good thing. I've never, and I repeat, I've never won an asylum case like on the spot, like without questioning. I've told you guys before that asylum cases are typically like our hardest cases. They just are, especially like an asylum case in front of an immigration judge. Those are always so hard. An asylum case in front of an immigration judge to win with the immigration judge saying, I don't have any questions for your client. I think you've proved the asylum case on the record. We are satisfied that your client meets all the requirements for asylum. Like, to hear that statement, it felt like I went to heaven. And it felt like I went to heaven and came back. Honestly, I'm just so happy, so excited for my client. She had been through a lot in her home country. She just been through so much in her home country, and I remember last week I was even trying to think of how can I get out of this hearing. I almost took a plea deal with DHS, which is the government attorney. I almost took a plea deal to try to get out of this hearing today. Because literally, I just didn't want. I mean, I just didn't expect it to go this way. To be honest with you, I really didn't. But again, the judge granted our asylum case on the spot, no questions. We were out of there in less than 5 minutes. Like, she literally just reviewed everything, made sure everything was good on the record. And she said, "Look, I've reviewed everything." And she said, "Congratulations. Congratulations to you, madam. Congratulations on winning your asylum case. I'm hereby approving your asylum case. If you have ever been in deportation proceedings before, raise your hand. You know that to get anything from an immigration judge, it's like getting something out of a camel stack. I don't know what that phrase they say, but if to get something out of an immigration judge is a big, big, big deal. Like, if you get something out of an immigration judge that uh, without questioning, without having to argue your position, that's a huge deal. Some facts, some things I think you should know about this case. We filed this case in immigration court back in February. It was initially scheduled, I think, for a hearing back in April, and then it was rescheduled to August, and then finally today. Okay, so we filed this case in February of this year in front of the immigration office, and it was filed here in Memphis Immigration Court. Now, Memphis, y'all, I don't know if you know anything about Memphis, but Memphis happens to be one of the best legal systems. It has happens to have one of the best immigration court systems in the nation. It really does. So if you know if so to get so the fact that it's one of the best immigration courts in the nation, and to now get approved on an asylum case on the spot without questioning, I mean, it was huge. It's a big deal. I mean, you don't hear this kind of thing happening uh, ever, like really here, especially like you don't. Like, our judges are just on point. They like you to follow every rule and every regulation. They like you to follow the practice manual, and we won. And so I'm so happy for our client. I can't share much right now because I haven't talked to her, but I just want to say, man, congratulations to my client. She experienced so much abuse, so much sexual, so much experienced a lot of rape in her home country. Came here, we filed for asylum. She didn't even want to put her child on there because she wasn't sure how it was gonna go. And so, we won it. And just as a review, asylum. Let me just review some good types of asylum cases that you can have. If you fled your home country because of unrest or because you fear for your life, and it's because of something such as your race, your nationality, your sexual orientation, your political opinion, okay, um, and things such as female genital mutilation. So, for instance, for my client, her sexual orientation was one of the reasons we filed for asylum application. It was one of the things that caused her troubles in her home country was her sexual orientation. So, sexual orientation is always a really good asylum, provided you can prove it. Okay. Female genital mutilation, I've always said, is a really, really good asylum case. A political opinion, right? So whether you belong to a political group back home, or you refuse to join a political group, and then that resulted in your life being in danger. So if you refuse to join some sort of political group in your home country, and that caused some sort of danger to you, you could have a very good asylum case. Okay, so these are just some examples, but again, congratulations to my client. I will take 2 live questions here now, but congratulations to my client. I always tell you, asylum can take 1 to 7 years from start to beginning. So this client is hers took less than a year. We thank God for that, and next year she'll be eligible now for a green card. We'll be able to file for a green card for her within a year from now. Let me start taking questions on my IG. Guys, I apologize if I'm looking up. If it looks like I'm looking up, it's because I've got 2 cameras to different places here. Yeah, sure. I'm taking 2 live questions before I go. If you're following me on Facebook or YouTube, you can quickly jump onto my IG and let's see. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And yourself?
Good. How can I help?
Yeah, I have a quick question to ask. Myself and my husband fled to Nigeria, and along the line we had some altercations that led to him leaving myself and the baby behind.
Okay.
So when he was coming back to the US, they took my green card, they took the baby's Nigerian passport and the US passport. So presently, as I speak, the baby is in Nigeria, but I'm here. I go back in this year.
Well, is your husband a US citizen?
You said what?
Your husband, is he a US citizen?
Yes, he is. But unfortunately for me, because of my nonchalant attitude, I don't know the expiration date of my conditional green card will be expiring. But I called the USCIS today, and they made me understand that my green card already expired in November. That was a few days after my birthday. That was November 15th. So I don't know what
of this year.
Because you said what?
It expired November 15th of this year.
Yes.
Okay.
Normally I'm supposed to put in the
I know within 90 days.
90 days.
Right.
Yeah, so it's late already.
Wow.
So in that case, I don't know what to do.
You can still file a late application, but you need to contact somebody ASAP. Whether it be me or another lawyer, you need to contact that person ASAP. You can still file a late application as long as you're able to explain what happened. All right.
Okay.
So it's not the end of the world, but you need to do something, and you need to do fast. Definitely fast.
So,
yeah.
So that means I can't travel back to my home country since I'm out of status, right?
I don't know how you're gonna do it. But in Africa, unless you're like traveling by bus or something, but not by air.
So it's safer for me not to travel out of the state for now.
Ma'am, that's what I just said. So unless you're traveling like by bus, that's Africa. I'm sure there's other ways to get around, but definitely not by plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. And again, remember, you need to do something about that ASAP. Don't sit on it.
Okay.
All right. And ma'am, maybe give us a call. We'll see if we can help. All right. Let's see. That bus. Yeah, you can cross over. Hello. Hello. I'm taking this next 2 questions. Did they not come in? Guys, while I'm waiting on people to come in, I'm just going to take this opportunity to say hello. Yes. How are you doing?
I'm all right. So, quick one. I'm not going to take your time at all because I know you have a lot going on. So, I received a prima facie. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Right.
Fine with your firm, but I don't know what prima facie means, and I don't know what the next steps are.
So, prima facie is just basically saying immigration has just done the first review of your case, and they just, according to the documents, so far so good. Okay. So it's like a pre-approval, but it doesn't It's not the actual approval, but it's something good. It's just saying so far so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long does it take before this for so far so good turns into something good?
There, you need to schedule a consultation. You can only do one question at a time, so you need to schedule a consultation for that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Okay. Bye bye.
All righty. Guys, before I bring in the next person, guys, if you're from a country like from the, like Caribbeans, Africa, where we uh where we have issues such as female genital mutilation, where we have political unrest, where we have sexual orientation issues, you could really have a good asylum case. So just think about it. If you're from Caribbeans or Africans or even Indian, anywhere other than America, really, and you have experienced female genital mutilation, you have a different sexual orientation other than being straight, or you have some political opinion issues, or you almost got killed because of a political party, or because your father or mother belonged to a political party or something like that, you really need to call me. I think I can help you get asylum. All right. Hello. How are you doing, madam?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
I have a quick question, please. So, in 2010, in April, my brother filed I-130 for me.
Okay.
He's U.S. citizen, and since then, I have been waiting till now. I haven't heard nothing.
Okay.
The case was approved and everything. I received an email. I've been receiving letters.
Yeah.
But
you said it's your brother?
I'm sorry?
It's your brother that filed for you?
Yes.
That's why a sibling application could take so long, many years.
So then, I got the paper I-7097, something like that.
I-797. That's just a general notice. That's just whenever they're giving you updates on the case.
I-485, or what do I need? I just wait?
Okay. When you first you need a consultation, ma'am. But long story short, to answer your question, if a sibling is petitioning for you, I wouldn't if I was you, I wouldn't put my hope on that. It will be a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Ma'am, are you married?
No, I'm engaged.
Okay. Call me when you get married, okay? That's a much better option, okay?
Okay. How do I disconnect?
Alrighty. Now everyone wants me to bring them in. All right, I'm only gonna do 2. Okay, let's try this 3. Hello? Hello? Oh, what happened? Strange. Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so won't be long. All right, so point of the story is, let's say an applicant, just submitted the asylum stuff, did the biometrics and everything, waiting for social and the work authorization, and then this individual gets married. But initially, he was on the C1D, aware of the C1D restriction. Being that you came over from the asylum into the marriage, does it eliminate the bar that the C1D has for adjustment, or no?
You mean you came in on a crew visa?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I haven't done so many of those. I know it has a very limited exception. So no, I don't think it would. But to answer your question, no, I don't think that would do it. Usually,
just the vowel.
Yeah, usually there has to be some other exception you're relying on. But filing for asylum wouldn't take care of that, no.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you approved or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, sir.
Hey, good evening, Wafna. How are you?
Good, and you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
If someone is already on removal proceeding, appeal, and so on and so forth, okay, so, and the person did not go for the second interview for I-130,
Okay.
do you think the person can get into trouble for not doing that? I mean, he's already on the board. He's already on removal proceeding already.
You're already in deportation proceedings, okay?
Yes.
And then your spouse filed for you, and then you didn't go to the second interview.
I mean, hypothetically, if the person did not go.
I mean, not necessarily. Like you said, you're already in deportation proceedings.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're in deportation proceedings, you do need to show that you have some way of getting out. Like, technically, one of the ways to be able to get out of deportation proceedings is to show them that you have a way of fixing your immigration status. So without that, so to answer your question, it doesn't necessarily create a problem for you. It just doesn't solve the current problem you already have either. You do need to find something that you're gonna stick with, that's gonna get you a way of that's gonna show to immigration that you have a way of getting a green card, and then that will result in them actually taking you out of deportation proceedings. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are. So
it won't hurt you. It just won't help you either.
See you. Well,
I
need to sit with you in person.
Yeah, let's talk about VAWA, because if you're in deportation proceedings, I always say that VAWA is one of the best things invented for people, especially if you're in deportation proceedings. VAWA in itself is a type of protection from deportation. It's a type of deferred action, which means it protects you from being deported, detained, or arrested. So it puts like a stay on your head saying, do not deport this person. Of course, with the exception of you committing some sort of crime. Okay, so to answer your question, yeah, we need to talk.
Okay, so with phone consultation?
Yeah, I do phone consultations. No problem. We do all 50 states. So just call the number at the bottom, schedule a consultation, we'll go from there.
Yeah. I mean, so if I can get a date this week, next week, sure, I can come. But you don't have a date available. That's
okay.
Okay.
I'm smiling because I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do about that. Usually when we get that far booked, I'll start to do like weekend consultations, but the holidays are coming up soon, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Probably won't be till January till I start doing weekend consultations to catch up on our consultations.
Okay, well, let me speak to the lady again tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Then whatsoever she say, I will decide if I can just do a quick phone consultation, and I look forward to getting a response from you guys.
Okay, speak to which lady now? Who's this lady you're talking about?
There's this lady that usually pick up the phone in your office.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Adele.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye. All right. All righty. Got 8 people wanting to come live. So let's see who it let me pick. And then 3. Hello.
Hi, madam.
How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. How can I help?
So I have a question about U visa. Will you be able to answer that?
No, I don't do a lot of U visas. If it's very general, maybe.
Okay. So can I ask you the question or no? What do you think?
Okay. Hopefully I know it. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. no problem. So what happened is I had a case that happened in 2016, and so at that time my certification got denied. But again, in this year, like in last month, we again requested for certification.
Okay.
So the police, they certified it, but what did they do is they wrote that the victim was not able to help, and they gave some negative sentences on it, but they certified it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I think it'll work, man. I think it's much better than having no certification. I would try it. And do you have any other option right now other than a U visa?
No.
So then there's nothing to think about anyway. Go for it. If I was you, I'll go for it. Yeah.
So go for it means whatever they write on it, it is certified. We can just go for it.
That's where a good lawyer comes in. I mean, if I was your lawyer, you would just make arguments like no matter what they said, they certified it. So a certification is a certification, and that means I'm eligible for the U visa.
Yeah, no, they have clearly written on it, the victim is not eligible for U visa. We made multiple attempts to contact her, but that is not true.
Jesus. Okay, so then what if I was you? If I was your lawyer, then I would probably try to they could try to get a certification from somewhere else. There's different places usually that qualify to certify. Maybe a different county. I don't know, depending on the crime it is, the crime that you actually experienced. There's different departments that can certify. The only issue about the reason why I don't do U visas is that I remember I tried to do them one time. Is that you sometimes have to contact different agencies, and some police departments don't answer. Some are easier to answer, and then some are really just not functional for that. Some police departments really don't even have even like a secretary. So when you call, nobody answers. So, but if they can find somebody that will answer in a different department, I would try to get a certification from somewhere else, and and use it then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll try that. Thank you.
No problem. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Hello, madam. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes.
Yes, I recently filed for WABA, and I'm a month and a half in, and I already got receipt notice from Nebraska saying that it got transferred to Vermont.
Good.
So, but the I-316, I-485 got transferred. The work permit and the travel document didn't.
Okay. So
that
what's the issue?
My question was, am I going to, I'm looking at the time limit of the work permit.
Uh-huh.
Is that accurate on the website that it comes within 4 months through Nebraska, or is it going to still come through Vermont?
Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes exactly as they said. Sometimes it doesn't.
But but is it gonna my work permit process is still coming through Nebraska? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll come
and
through.
What is the exact? Is there any wait time? What's the exact wait for?
I always tell my clients most work permits take at least 6 months.
And the entire green card process, or the WABA process, is how long?
Ma'am, you're only getting one question at a time. Do you intend on schedule a consultation? Because I can't answer all your questions. Then it would be a consultation. So why don't you schedule a consultation so I can answer everything you'd want to know? Because I think I answered already too.
But you said 6 months for the work permit.
Ma'am, can you schedule a consultation? Yes, I did say 6 months.
Okay, that was my only question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty, let's do this lady here. Hello.
Hi, how are you? I got a question I want to ask you. I'm a little shy, so I'm going to kind of steal the camera. All right, so my question to you is this, right?
Hello?
I filed my VAWA case from May, right?
Okay.
Of this year.
Okay.
And they responded to me. My case was transferred to Vermont. But I have been waiting from that time until this very moment, and I have not. I got a couple letters from them, but it's I haven't got my a letter to say you're gonna do your biometrics as yet.
When did you filed May? You filed it in May?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it'll come soon. Sometimes it could take a bit longer to get that.
I didn't hear you.
Sometimes it could take a little longer for them to issue your biometrics appointment. But just wait. I'm sure nothing has gone wrong.
I didn't hear you. We're breaking up a bit.
I'm sure nothing has gone wrong. Sometimes it just takes a bit longer for them to call you for biometrics.
So is it okay if I want to do a consultation with you? But the problem is the last time I tried that, I was supposed to do the consultation, but you didn't. Well, I don't know if they let you know or what, but I didn't get to. I paid the money and everything. When we were supposed to have the consultation up in the year, that's why I had to choose a different lawyer because it was crazy at my home. There was so much going on.
Okay.
So the guy said I should consult again, and I was like, I can't do that because it's hard. I'm living with the person. It's crazy. So I'm wondering if I could rehire you to be my lawyer to take the case forward.
Yeah, ma'am. So, but I would have to have a consultation. So I'm not sure what happened last time. But yeah, we definitely gotta have the consultation
again.
Huh?
But I want to hire you. I don't mind doing the consultation again. I just want to hire you to take my case forward because the address I was at, right? I had to move, so I'm currently not in the state, and I don't know how. My lawyer is slow, so I want to change my lawyer to deal with a different person to deal with my case because he's not giving me any information. He's not talking to me. He's not even, working on my case like he's supposed to. So I don't mind getting a different lawyer to work on my case.
Okay, ma'am. So no problem. I'd love to help. Let's schedule that appointment. Go from there.
If I do an appointment with you, do you think I'd get any for this year?
You can try. I'm not sure. I'm not in charge of the person of my. You can try. Call. Just call and see. Call and see.
All right. So I'll call this number that is pinned, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello? Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Yeah, hello. This one is that a lot of people come from Nigeria, and I think I kind of hearing when people came here and they do their divorce paper from back home, kind of making most times they say that it's fake, it's not original. My question is that I have a friend that is already married in March, but due to what I'm heard, I said maybe he should be filing the divorce from here. Is it going to affect him if you do that kind of things? He's not here.
I think I always say on my lives that if you're married in Nigeria, it's best to divorce here in the U.S. because Nigeria right now has a lot of problems with getting proper divorce documents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's already did the Nigerian one, and he's already married here this year March.
He already married. Oh, okay. Tell your friend to call me because I'm gonna need to have a consultation with him. Is that okay? Just tell him to call me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, madam.
Hi. I have a question. I filed for I-40 85, and they updated on the website. They need more evidence, and we saw it later. They never sent me the mail or my attorney. And also, we send in a voucher. So can we go ahead and follow up on the for 85 or just go ahead with the voucher? Or is there any consequences for not following up with the sending more evidence? Sorry, I had a consultation with you and I forgot to ask you. And
I would probably follow up first. I mean, I would do both, to be honest with you.
So there's
if you qualify for voucher, go ahead and file for voucher, no problem. But yes, you definitely want to find out why the other one was denied, so that it's not something that could possibly affect your voucher case. You definitely want to know what's going on with that other case as well.
It wasn't denied; they just sent on the website. I was going through my emails and I saw they updated on the on their website. I need to send in some more
find
evidence.
out what they needed. It could be something very little. If it's something very little, you can submit it and win that case. Find out what it is they were asking.
So I don't know whether I can tell them to.
If you have a lawyer, that's your lawyer's job. They can find out for you. Tell your lawyer to contact them to ask for another request for evidence or something.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. All righty. Okay, these are the last two people for the day. Yeah, you can file for hello.
So I wanted to find out, right? So apparently my I-751 case has been pending for quite some time. I got the first green card.
Okay.
But back in 2016, I went for an interview real quick, and they approved me for the 10-year. They said they would send the green card, which it never came. They denied. They went again and denied my case. So when I was in that interview, the officer said that my ex-husband called and said to call them and said that he never signed the paper. So,
ma'am, you're saying so many different things. So what's the question?
So no, I'm actually in immigration court, and my court date is coming up. They keep putting it up, but finally it's January 5th.
Okay.
And this is like I guess a deportation case or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to figure out if, because I have all evidence and it's a bona fide marriage, and my lawyer said basically, the lawyer that I had actually said it's considered as like fraud or whatever, but it's not because I have evidence. He signed the form, but he's just trying to be basically. So I'm just kind of like worried as to what's going to happen, like on January 5th.
What kind of application do you have right now pending with USCIS?
What I have right now, you said?
Yes.
The I-751 has been pending from 2012.
Oh, it's a 751. Okay. Well, ma'am, to be honest with you, there's nothing I can help you on that. You're just gonna have to go to the hearing, present the evidence you have, and work with your lawyer to present the evidence and see how it goes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to do that, right? All right, no problem.
The other thing I want to ask you...
Oh, I have another quick question. My friend, he filed for asylum, right? But apparently they just got approved for remember that 5-year green card that they're just issuing?
5-year work permit.
Yeah, work permit. Sorry, not green card. Where did I get it from? Yeah, what does that mean, though? That doesn't mean that it's fully approved, right?
Ma'am, I think I can't answer your question. It would be so unfair if I do, because I'm only answering one question at a time.
All right, no problem. I appreciate you. Other people want to. Good job.
Thank you. All right. Guys, I think our cleaners are here and the vacuum is really loud, so I'm going to have to go there. I saw one quick question here that was written that I want to quickly answer. Can I file for VAWA if I have a current adjustment of status? So yes, I've come on live and stated many times, you can file for VAWA at any time. Even if you're already in deportation proceedings, you can file for VAWA as long as you qualify. So back to the lady I was just speaking to who was in deportation proceedings, you can file to remove conditions based on VAWA, okay, because there's two different types of VAWA. There's VAWA for people who already have a 2-year conditional green card, and there's the VAWA for the people who don't. So for those who already had a 2-year conditional green card, if you file to remove conditions based on VAWA, you are able to do that usually at any time, okay? So you can file for VAWA at any time, provided you qualify. Yes, you absolutely can. So you can have the current adjustment of status through marriage case pending and still file for VAWA. That's not a problem as long as you qualify, okay? Of course, at some point, the other one, the previous one that you filed is probably going to fall off. All right, so that's usually how that's going to happen. 5-year work permit, madam. I think I will go ahead and answer a question because it's probably something everyone wants to know. It's just a work permit. It just means you're able to work for 5 years. Uh, and if it's a combo card, if it's a travel permit and a work permit, it means you're able to work and travel for the next 5 years too. So that's how that works. No, you cannot file for VAWA after 8 years of divorce. Too late. Too late. After 8 years of divorce, basically you need to be looking at either remarrying or your other options, because VAWA no longer applies to you after 8 years of divorce. It no longer applies to you after 8 years of divorce. And then VAWA also no longer applies to you if you've remarried. So typically, to qualify for VAWA, you can be divorced, separated, still in the same marriage, still living together. But if you're divorced, it needs to be within 2 years of your divorce, all right, to qualify for VAWA. All right, so you need to file for VAWA within 2 years of your divorce. And if you remarry before your VAWA application is approved, it's, you no longer have a VAWA application. So that's how that works. That's how that works. All right, guys, it's 6:21. I would love to sit here and talk forever, but I have to come back to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna say bye bye. Share this video, and bye. And by the way, just to finalize, guys, I just want to tell you again today, I did win an asylum case for someone who was being abused, raped, multiple times by gang members due to her sexual orientation. Okay, and so if you're coming from a country um, where being gay or lesbian is an issue, or where if your issue is that the fact that you experienced FGM. So if you have FGM, if you have female genital mutilation issues, if you are if you have some sexual orientation issues, or if you have some political opinion issues, all right, you really need to consider filing for asylum. It is a great way to adjust your status later on and get a green card, okay? Especially if you have no other choice. Especially if you have nothing else that you qualify for, asylum is really great, okay? It really does work, all right, if you truly have a case, all right? It truly does work, and it is one of the ways, honestly, that can just kind of hold the line for you. Like, so let's say you have nothing else to qualify for, and you don't have the best asylum case, you know, if you're able to show that you at least qualify, even if it's not like the best asylum case, it can at least afford you a way of getting a work permit. It can afford you a way of getting, that 5-year work permit we just talked about. If you're not married, you have no other way of fixing your status but through asylum, and you qualify for asylum. It may not be the best case, but you qualify. You definitely want to think about it, especially if, in other words, if you have no other option and you know for sure you qualify, it's a great way. Okay, remember, asylum applies to people who have fled their home country because of civil unrest, or because they experience persecution because of their race, their nationality, their religion, their political opinion, their sexual orientation, their because of female genital mutilation, because of domestic violence, things like those. So if you have fled your home country, or you're here because you fear for your life, and it's because of something like female genital mutilation, domestic violence, gang violence, sexual orientation, or because of political opinion issues, or because you refuse to join a particular political party that's now in power, or because your mom or dad or sister or brother belong to a political party that now wants to kill you. If you have any of these types of situations, you really should consider filing for VAWA. And of course, this always applies to anyone from Sudan. Sudan is always has all these civil wars. Anyone from the Gaza Strip right now, these are classic asylum cases. But those are not the only asylum cases. There's people who just, your only crime in life is you experience female genital mutilation, or your sexual orientation, or refuse to join a particular gang group, or refuse to join a particular political group. Um, then yeah, it's something to consider. I see a question that's really great. I want to answer. Can I file for asylum after 7 years? Yes, you can. It may not be your strongest case, but yes, you can. Is it possible to win an asylum case even after even when you file it after 7 years of being here, yes, absolutely. Um, but you're gonna need a really good lawyer. You're gonna need a daggone good lawyer to win, okay? Because usually for asylum, you need to file within the first year of entering. All right. And honestly, this is why I like to go around to speak to churches, to communities. This is why we need to have more people speak, because I think so many of my clients, even the ones that qualify for VAWA, could have qualified for asylum had they known about it. So many of the people, even that I helped through VAWA or through adjustment of status to marriage, really could have qualified for asylum had they known about it. So, because I think we're usually the only people that don't know we qualify for asylum, or that we need to file for asylum within the first year. A lot of us don't know that when we get here. I think in the Hispanic community, they know that. I think I think the Asian community knows that, but and I think even the Arab community knows that. But Africans, we don't really know or understand that. Look, when you first come, one of the first people you need to go see is a lawyer. You really need to go talk to a lawyer and find out your options. Like when you first come, I think a lot of people don't do that or know that, and because of that, a lot of the people that I've helped over the years had, I mean, a killer could have had a killer, and I mean a very good asylum case had they talked to somebody ahead of time. Had they talked to a lawyer like when they first got here, they would have had a really, really good asylum case. It would have been based on their race, maybe their nationality, their religion, their political opinion, their sexual orientation, or the fact that they experienced female genital mutilation, etc. And for us African countries, female genital mutilation is so huge. It's still happening to so many girls. So many women really could qualify for asylum just because you underwent female genital mutilation, and just because you probably don't want your child to go through that. So many people could qualify for asylum, but again, in the African community, we don't know. We don't file these things because we just don't know about these things on time. We don't know about these things on time. Man, people are still requesting to come live. Guys, catch me next. Maybe tomorrow I'll come back. Catch me tomorrow. I'll try. I'll try. Okay. Try me around this same time tomorrow. The people who want to ask a question, come back tomorrow. Guys, share this video. Bye.